Hello, happy 13th of December. Today I would like to work a bit with sitting. I notice with myself I have quite a few sort of writing projects that I'm working on at the moment, and I notice in my body when I'm working a lot in front of the computer, and yeah, there's a lot of things like pulling and pushing and a lot of like inner resistance processes going on, definitely. A lot of joy also in the writing, definitely, but also, yeah, my body fights with it. And I think I've tried many different ways of sitting and standing in front of the computer. And now at the moment I have a fairly new desk that I can change the height of. Before I was working with different structures that I could put my computer higher up on top and to be able to stand. It's great to be able to stand and to sit and change the positions. I think this is the best possibility, changing the positions. But I think whatever position you are in for a long time, the body won't like it. So I would say, from my own experience, that the more you can bring in some kind of movement and breaks and going away from the computer more often, and really find a structure in the workday to go away for a moment, to shake out, to move, whatever this possibility. This is the thing that brings the most, a lot more than the perfect desk or the perfect chair or yeah, whatever it is. So I've chosen today to just use one of these very old wooden school chairs, which in some ways is thought out for school, but yeah, for today's standards, probably not at all ideal. But I thought it's a good possibility to work with one of them, like also to see like, oh, even with a not ideal situation, the possibility to still work with your body to yeah, how you can still explore your body and how you can make a change through the way that you bring movement or consciousness, attention to your body, what kind of effect that could have. So in whatever way you're sitting, on whatever kind of chair you're sitting, or if you're sitting on the sofa working or standing working, yeah, I would invite you to, for a moment, to just feel into it, not to change the position, but just feel how you're sitting at the moment or standing. So it's more like you're freezing the moment, the momentary condition you're in. So it might be that you just sat down in front of the computer. It could be that you've been working for hours. But still, just to feel like, what is your body like? What kind of automatic position does it take when it's in front of the computer? And for me, one of the habitual things that happen when I'm sitting longer for the computer is that I'm losing sort of strength in the middle, and my back starts going down like this. And that means that my neck, because I when I get shortened here, my neck needs to make a lot of effort holding up. So I feel it back here in my neck. I feel a sort of like tension in my lower back, middle back and lower back. And I very often feel a tension in my right leg, sort of like almost as if my leg is pulling up and shortening, as if it's also trying to hold some kind of, I interpret it as sort of wanting to move forward, wanting to get into the work almost as if I'm trying to sort of like step into the computer or something, step into the work that the intellectual work that I'm doing there, and the leg is sort of ready to sprint into it. So it's sort of like the muscles are shortening and being ready to move. So I notice this. Whatever you're feeling, notice that. It's just my examples from my own. So you feel into this, and you could try to, whatever tensions that you're feeling, you could see if it's possible to very gradually increase them. So if you feel like a sort of tension in your neck, to see if you can go in the same direction of the, so you're intensifying it, but just very, very slowly. So for my neck, I intensify the feeling of having to hold it up, for example. For my back, I'm intensifying the feeling of being sort of like compressed, and at the same time it's as if I'm pushing up. So intensify it even a little bit more. And then while holding it, start to breathe a little bit deeper. So you still are in the position, in the sort of held position, but you're just breathing a little bit more, just to bring a little bit more attention and energy into it. And see what happens there when you start breathing a little bit more, even if you're in the same sort of cramped position. What happens when you start breathing a little bit deeper? Just what happens to the sensation of the position. And then let go of the extra hold and continue to breathe. So like this extra, like intensifying, let go of that. And continue to breathe, deeply breathing in all the way. And breathing out all the way. And slowly allow the body to move in whatever direction it wants to move. So my body is sort of enjoying, almost like the feeling is almost like as if it's growing on its own, without me having to push it to be straighter. It wants to sort of become straighter. It wants to have more space. And my legs want to move. And you can also start a little bit to see if you can move. Like now, my legs sort of intuitively want to move a bit back and forth. You can see you could actually also bring this for you. Like, how is it if you move one leg and the other leg? What does it do with the connection to the places where your bottom is in contact with the chair underneath you? It's almost as if you're moving the weight from one side to the other. You can even try this. And you can move a bit in circles with the pelvis, noticing where your sit bones are. If you can feel them through moving, like there where the bones that are actually very constructed for being able to sit to hold your weight. How can you feel them from moving? Could you even like define them through moving a bit? You can circle your pelvis a bit, sort of explore through this small movement, explore like sort of anatomical structure there. And these two bones sticking down. Or if you can't notice the bones, you can get the feel into it. They're like here, each side of the bottom. But if you can't notice them through the pressure of the chair, maybe your chair is a bit softer than mine, then try just simply like to through the movement to explore the muscles around these bones. And very sort of with a lot of curiosity, as if you're on you're walking around in a dark room, sort of, and just feeling through it, trying to notice what is there. So this is what you're doing down here, around your bottom. So you're exploring your bottom on the chair by moving slowly, very attentively around. And then you can start to also to add your hands. So in the last few days we were exploring the feet also through touch. So it's a similar kind of thing. Also our bottom, like how often do we touch our bottom? And so I invite you now to take some time to give your bottom a bit of loving attention. And all the way around, explore what kind of, like, how are the muscles there? Where is there more sort of more muscle or more tissue? And how does it feel to touch it? How does it react to the touch? Are there specific points that maybe really invite touch? I have points here that often from sitting get very sort of numb, but when I'm feeling into it now, like it's actually they're quite sensitive. It's almost like they're pressed up and there's a line there. Like I haven't been sitting on them, but I've been sitting behind and it's been pushing up. So is it possible to go to points wherever your points are? Are there points that are really enjoying getting a bit of touch, inviting a bit of touch? And you can connect to the legs. How is what is this connection to the legs? Like where does it stop being bottom and where does it begin being legs? Is that noticeable for you? Where's your individual like border between? Side and on the other side. You can see if you notice the connection is actually it's doing a lot of good to go all the way down to the lower parts of the legs and maybe even to the feet. Just connecting there, making it awake, allowing it to be in your attention. And then for a moment again, you can simply sit and feel into how it's feeling now, and what the small moment of feeling into the tensions there, and then consciously touching them. What difference that made? Did they make a difference? Or yeah, how do you experience it? And you can breathe and feel that with every breathing in that you have some space, breathing out that you can rest down. You can feel the support underneath you now that you're very awake bottom. Maybe there are parts that you notice them that are not so, that are still a bit numb or something, then to sort of give them the attention to notice them, not judging, but noticing, oh, okay, there's still numbness. That part often gets numb when I'm sitting for a long time, standing for a long time. And then, as always, in the end of these small trainings, you see how does the rest of your body wants to move now? What's getting louder? It's your neck, your shoulders, maybe your arms, maybe your face. It's very simple, but I'm still much over the 10-minute limit that I'm giving it a little bit up to keep it within 10 minutes. I will try. I will always try again to keep it a bit shorter, but I'm sort of allowing myself the time that it feels like it takes to feel into it. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will add a few more in the next few days. I will add more videos about things that we can do in sitting and in standing for our sort of feeling for the body when we've been working on lots of small trainings for that. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you again tomorrow.